Hey everyone, Pastor Lovey Elias, a respected spiritual leader known for his impactful preaching and guidance, has finally responded to serious allegations of sexual assault that have emerged against him, leaving his followers in shock and confusion. After months of speculation and unanswered questions, he has chosen to speak out, promising revelations that could change the narrative surrounding these claims. The situation has created a divide among his supporters, who are now grappling with the implications of these accusations and seeking the truth behind the scandal that has overshadowed his ministry. As the story unfolds, it raises questions about misunderstanding versus deeper issues at play. Pastor Lovey, initially recognized for his musical talent, transitioned into ministry, leveraging his entertainment background and spiritual passion to connect deeply with his congregation. His dynamic sermons and charismatic presence attracted a diverse following, including celebrities and influencers, seeking healing and divine experiences at Revelation Church, LA. Known for his prophetic abilities, he gained notoriety for revealing personal struggles of individuals, which left many in awe. However, his rise to fame was not without controversy, as some critics accused him of theatrics and questioned his authenticity as a spiritual leader. Despite the skepticism, his congregation has remained steadfast in their loyalty. Pastor Lovey, once respected for his spiritual guidance, is now facing serious allegations of inappropriate behavior during private counseling sessions, which were framed as spiritual healing. Multiple victims have come forward, claiming that he exploited his position to manipulate vulnerable women seeking help. Reports suggest that some members of his inner circle may have been aware of these actions but chose to stay silent to protect the church's image. Victims describe experiences where they were coerced into intimate acts under the guise of achieving spiritual breakthroughs, and many felt pressured to remain quiet for fear of social ostracism. Pastor Lovey Elias faced serious allegations but chose to remain silent for an extended period, which surprised both his followers and critics. Instead of addressing the accusations directly, he did not issue any statements or legal threats, leading to confusion and concern among his supporters. In the absence of his response, his followers launched a vigorous online campaign to defend him, dismissing the allegations as unfounded and labeling the accusers as envious of his success. This situation has left many questioning the integrity of both Pastor Lovey and his ministry. Pastor Lovey faced growing scrutiny as those around him chose silence instead of support amidst allegations against him. A cryptic social media post from him hinted at his innocence, suggesting a desire to maintain a righteous image without directly confronting the accusations. However, the situation escalated when a prominent figure with connections to him acknowledged the rumors, implying that accountability was necessary if the claims were true. This acknowledgement raised questions about the potential for deeper issues within his circle. Ultimately, the pressure mounted on Pastor Lovey, compelling him to break his silence as public attention intensified. Pastor Lovey addressed the accusations against him during a 45-minute message, framing his response as a battle of spiritual warfare rather than a personal attack. He did not explicitly deny the allegations, but instead drew parallels to biblical figures who faced false accusations, suggesting that the challenges he faces are part of a larger conflict against the work of God. He acknowledged his imperfections, stating, "I have never been a perfect man," which added a layer of humility to his message while emphasizing the spiritual nature of his struggles. Following a sermon by Pastor Lovey, multiple alleged victims came forward, claiming that his response to the allegations felt like an attempt to manipulate public perception and portray himself as the victim. One woman, who had previously remained anonymous, publicly shared her experience of being pressured into silence by those close to the pastor, alleging that his team had offered her settlements to keep her quiet. This revelation raised concerns about potential cover-ups, suggesting that the situation could be the tip of a much larger scandal. As these developments unfolded, the public was left to grapple with the implications of the allegations and the possibility of deeper issues turn of events. A former associate of Pastor Lovey, Daniel M., who had been part of the church's leadership, broke his silence amidst ongoing speculation about the lack of support from Lovey's inner circle. After weeks of silence from church leaders and close associates, Daniel's exclusive interview with an independent news platform revealed shocking claims that shifted the narrative surrounding Lovey. His revelations marked a significant moment, altering the dynamics of the situation just as it seemed to be stabilizing. This unexpected confession has raised new questions and intensified the scrutiny on Lovey and his leadership. A former insider, Daniel, recounts a troubling incident involving a woman who reported being exploited by a pastor. Instead of addressing her claims, church leaders dismissed her concerns and pressured her to remain silent, ultimately leading to her departure from the church after receiving hush money. Daniel expresses his disillusionment with the church's culture of silence and cover-ups, stating that he can no longer be complicit in such actions. He feels compelled to speak out now, motivated by the ongoing defense of the pastor and a desire to reveal the truth about the abuses he witnessed firsthand. In a tense conversation, a woman named Monica, who identified herself as a former member of Revelation Church, stepped forward to share her harrowing experience with Pastor Lovey. Initially speaking anonymously through a journalist, she ultimately revealed her identity and recounted her disturbing journey within the church. Monica described how she joined the congregation seeking guidance during a difficult time, believing Pastor Lovey to be a man of God. However, she claimed that over time, she became ensnared in a manipulative relationship with him, as he showered her with special attention and convinced her of her unique calling, which ultimately led to a life-altering experience. For years, individuals remained silent about their experiences within a church, believing they were to blame for the aftermath of a divided congregation. Monica's testimony ignited controversy, with some defending Pastor Lovey, while others began to question the integrity of the church. An interviewer revealed that allegations against Pastor Lovey were not new. Internal complaints had been suppressed for years, with victims pressured to remain silent. Daniel, a key witness, claimed he saw instances where victims were offered hush money and coerced into signing non-disclosure agreements, highlighting a troubling culture of silence and injustice within the church. Daniel's interview revealed shocking allegations about hidden truths within the church, claiming the existence of emails, bank records, and text messages that could expose long-concealed information. His statements ignited a firestorm on social media, with reactions ranging from praise for his bravery to accusations of betrayal and demands for concrete evidence. Just as the situation intensified, a woman, one of the alleged victims, came forward with her own story, promising to further disrupt the church and its narrative. This unexpected development added another layer of complexity to the unfolding drama. Monica recounts a traumatic experience that began after a late-night church meeting when she was invited into a pastor's office, where she felt safe and trusted him completely. However, the situation escalated unexpectedly, leading to her allegation of sexual assault. Overwhelmed and confused, she felt unable to speak out due to fear and shame, especially considering the pastor's respected position. When she finally found the courage to report the incident to church authorities, she was met with disbelief and was told to leave, which resulted in her losing her church community, friends, and faith. For years, she remained silent, grappling with the belief that the incident was her fault. Monica's testimony created a significant stir within the religious community, leading to a divide among supporters of Pastor Lovey. While some rushed to defend him, arguing that the testimony was an attempt to tarnish his reputation, others began to doubt his integrity. This situation escalated further with an unexpected turn of events that left many questioning their beliefs and loyalties. Thanks for watching.